We've seen 2 gators so far. Not babies either. These were the mamas or the daddies. I'm not sure which, but they were definitely adults. As soon as we pulled up in our campsite, we saw a dinosaur right out here. A dinosaur in the form of an alligator swim right across this area. That was the first thing that Mrs. Switchback saw when we pulled into the campsite. So I didn't see her for a few hours, but I told her, hey, look on the bright side. I haven't seen any cockroaches.
Martin's Junior State Park.
It doesn't get much better than this. I could not have picked a better site. Google Maps, they didn't fail me this time. Martin Dies Jr. State Park. I think I've found my new happy place, y'all. We left Lake Somerville State Park on a Sunday morning, and it became evident pretty quick with the shift in landscape that we were entering a part of the state we'd never been to before. No more gentle rolling hills, no more blackland prairies of post oak savanna. We were now transitioning to East Texas, and ecologically speaking, it's pretty elaborate. East Texas has some complex terrain, and from where we were coming from, once you get to the Huntsville-Livingston area, you have a couple of options. Head north to the Piney Woods, which gets its name from, you guessed it, the hardwood pine forest that encompasses it. Or head southeast to the Big Thicket region, which gets its name from its wetlands and marsh-like terrain. All that's blanketed with bald cypress, Spanish moss, and magnolia, and way too many other trees to even count. Where we're going is where the 2 regions come together. This is the most densely forested area in the state. Martin Dies Jr. State Park is the epitome of it all. And again, we live in San Antonio. This is all brand new to us. This is Martin Dies Jr. State Park. This is the one I've been waiting for. 705 acres on the shores of Steinhagen Reservoir. This is another Army Corps of Engineers park. Construction began in 1964 and the park was officially opened in '65. Curiously named Dam B State Park. Dam B was the name of the lake back then. Almost immediately, the park was renamed to honor Texas Senator Martin Dies Jr. A couple of years later, the lake was renamed to honor prominent Beaumont citizen B.A. Steinhagen, a leader in water conservation activities. But enough of that. Look at this place. Like Lake Somerville, this park is broken into 2 units. Henhouse Ridge, where we are, and Walnut Ridge. Unlike Somerville, however, they're not divided by a lake, but rather Highway 190, which we just spent 140 miles on. There are 118 water-electric campsites, 51 water-only sites, 44 screen shelters, 2 cabins, and an abundance of day-use area. Again, this is a park that has it all. What it also has is the distinction of being at the epicenter of the most unique biosphere in the state. There are at least 9 different ecosystems coming together right here. This region's been called the biological crossroads of North America, with one of the most diverse assemblages of species in the world. I mean, we're talking about over 1,300 species of trees, shrubs, vines, grasses, 60 mammal species, 86 reptile and amphibian species, 1,800 species of insects, 97 fish species, all of which I plan to catch, by the way. 300 birds, the list just keeps going on and on. Piney woods, coastal marsh, deciduous forest, central plains, savanna, sandhills, etc., etc. All these topographical regions intersect here. An alligator and a roadrunner could be 10 feet from one another. They should have just called this place Jurassic State Park. But I digress. Here's our site. An absolute dream of a campsite. We needed to set up and run into town for a few Walmart things and, of course, you know what. To put the impact this state park had on me into perspective, in the 5 days we were here, this is the only time we left it. What a beautiful morning. We are in campsite 215, and it is Monday morning, and as you can see, this little tiny loop here is completely empty, save for Switchback Texan. We're right on the water. This is our morning view from our window of our dining room table. Right here. Got the lantern post. I've strung the lights up. Got a concrete picnic table on a concrete slab. Very nice. Prime fishing spot right here. Because, you know, that's what I do. You got your standard fire pit / charcoal grill. No burn ban here. We're going to have a fire going tonight. And, of course, I got the Weber out. Not getting a whole lot of reception. Maybe 8 channels, but that's fine. We don't really care. With this view, who needs TV? There's a pretty significant drop-off here on this site. So we went ahead and kind of hugged the opposite end of the pad with the trailer so we could have this space here for our little patio. We are a little bit unlevel on the driver's side. Standard 20-30 amp plus. This one also has a 50 amp hookup for those of you that have larger rigs. The nose dipped down pretty far to get it level, but you know what? I do not care. I mean, again, look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I've been paying so much attention to the water, I haven't really paid attention to all the room that you have here in this site. And it's at the end of the road, I guess you could say. I don't have anyone on this side. And this small little loop here, I want to say there's 6 campsites total. And we're it right now. And there we are. All by our lonesome. And kind of liking it. There's something to be said about traveling during the week. Our little cul-de-sac here was empty, and there were just handfuls of campers throughout the entire henhouse unit. And it was to stay that way until we left. The solitude was so placid, it felt like we had a few days of sedation. It was extremely indulging. Now that's not to say we didn't want neighbors. We like having neighbors. This was just different. And as you can see, I didn't need to hike or drive to the water. 7 steps to angling aplenty. Once the jolt of having alligators floating around behind us had passed, realizing they're not going to bother us, Mrs. Switchback loved this place as well. And then there's Cooper, the Bengal tiger, seen here plotting his next predatory kill. He was just himself, staring at all the wildlife wonderment, trying to figure out which creature he was going to hunt, kill, and devour. All within the safe confines of Janie Marie, of course. He was, in fact, the safest animal in the entirety of Southeast Texas.
Honey, I'm not recording of me.
We picked a good time to come here, mid-October. Things are still green, humidity is down. There were no mosquito issues, which is something this park is known for, specifically in the hot months. There were a couple of 90-degree days, but weather-wise, this place was mild while we were here. In fact, Southeast Texas was having a dry spell. Burn bans were underway all over the area, something that, interestingly enough, didn't include this place. These are the restrooms here for our loop. A little bit dated, not as private as some of the other parks I've been to as far as the shower facility, but it's close to the loop that we're in. I haven't showered here yet, but the water pressure seems to be okay, and on a hot day like today, because it is starting to get hot, if the hot water is not exactly up to par here, I'm not mad at that. Many people enjoy this park for the boating and fishing. There are 3 boat ramps as well as 2 kayak or canoe launches. This is a very popular park for paddlers. For the anglers, bass, catfish, and crappie are the most popular catches. Not for me though. I prefer the biggest of the big. You know, great whites. This here is the fish cleaning station. And because I am such a natural-born fisherman, this place was built for me. Here's the boat ramp for all of you boaters. This appears to be a constant level lake, and it is a shallow lake from what I understand. And believe it or not, the summer months are the off months here. This is the boat dock. The lake is very calm this morning. Just keep my eyes open for more gators. We've seen 2 gators so far. We got in yesterday afternoon and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. The following day we've seen 2 so far, swimming right outside of our campsite. Yeah, there never seems to be a dull moment here. Even the moments that were dull were, well, not so dull. I know I've said this before, but it was different being here on a weekday. Most campers cleared out this morning. It wasn't better or worse, just something we're not used to. Not many occupants here. It gave us a good opportunity to jot down the more notable campsites, something we've made a point of doing at every park we've been to. I wanted to soak in as much of this place as I possibly could, because I was in love with this park the second we pulled in. And of course you have a self-service kayak rental kiosk here, and these are not bad kayaks. Looks like all of them are sit on top. I don't see any sit-ins. There's a 2-person one here, another 2-person, and then some single seaters. Pretty nice. Of course, here's the fishing dock. I guess it's just a dock in general. You could certainly use this to launch your kayak. We got all the cleats to tie off. Looks like a really good place to fish too, actually. But it'd be great to take a kayak through here too, because right through there I could just hang a left and go directly to my campsite. This whole camping area here, the hen house unit that we're in, it's beautiful. A lot of pull-through sites. They have shelters here. The other unit is basically the same thing as this, with a few differences. They have an observation bridge over there. They have the nature center, the education center over there at Walnut Ridge. which is closed. Yeah, all of these campsites are just phenomenal. Don't feel like hauling around a box on wheels or sleeping in a tent? Check out the screen shelters here, which, once again, it's like a tent that's hard. Plenty of room in here for cots, tables, chairs, heck, bring in a portable AC if you want. Just not your dog or cat. Pets are not allowed in any state park building. Sorry, Coop. What am I saying? He wouldn't leave Janie Marie to save his life. And since I was here and happen to be a dork that enjoys reading maps, I wanted to check something out. From this vantage point, even though you probably can't see it very well, I was able to check out Janie Marie and get a nice shot of her. And then I started realizing something as I was standing here like a dummy. Every gator that I had seen thus far moving across the water behind our campsite was heading to the same spot, which must be some sort of nesting area or maybe a gator love shack. That would be right here, where I'm standing. Later. I mentioned Camping Texan before. He's one of the people that I watch on a very regular basis. Whenever one of his videos comes out, I tune in immediately. I'm usually one of the first people to comment on his videos. The other one that I started watching probably 3.5 years ago, I started watching Dude RV. He is a Texas dude just like me, and he also visits state parks. I've learned a lot just watching his videos, and this is the site he stayed in. He loved it. I think there have been some improvements since he's been here. The concrete pad, for one thing, but watching his video on Martin Dies Jr. State Park is the reason I'm in this site right here. Thank you, Dude RV. That's right, no matter where you go, there you are. And we are here to do the forest trail. This is the forest trail. And I'm not alone today. One of the many things that we both seemed to be a bit transfixed on was the fact that we were on vacation. This was the longest we were to stay in one state park, and I couldn't have picked a better place to utilize as a destination on this trip. There were days we didn't even leave the campsite. A vacation means different things to different people. Some like cruises, others go to Vegas or Cancun, maybe even another continent. There's no right or wrong way of deciding what your version of relaxation means. For us, this was it. I couldn't be more proud of Mrs. Switchback. She found comfort, relaxation, somewhere that's not what we would consider commonplace. I love the outdoors, fishing, camping, hiking, etc. But we're city people. I mean, we're apartment dwellers. This was our respite from that. Martin Dies Jr. State Park has around 6 miles of hiking trails. Were we gonna hike it all? No, we were not. And why not? Well, because we didn't have to. That's a vacation. This is something you don't find in San Antonio, Texas. Entering the Walnut Ridge unit, the similarities with Henhouse Ridge were of course apparent, but this is the area of Martin Dies Jr. State Park you probably see the most of when you do a Google image search. It'll become evident here pretty soon why that is. There are more features here than Henhouse, which is why it's most likely the more popular of the two units. This state park as a whole has so many campsites. very similar to hen house. Day use, camping loops, bathhouses, docks, dump stations. This location has a pavilion for events and parties. It also has an amphitheater. I've always liked those. But that's not why we came here. There's no fall festival going on. No market day events, no Buc-ee's, no main street to peruse, no restaurants here. Welcome to the great outdoors of Southeast Texas. Welcome to the Big Thicket.
This wooden thing doesn't feel very secure.
Mrs. Switchback, the trailblazer.
Yes.
If we don't return, Daddy, take care of Cooper. That means you're gonna have to drive over here.
There's all these pieces of wood out here. You know, in these horror movies, I could see how the girls are always falling as they're running from their killer.
I'm gonna fish and I'm gonna catch dinner. Right, dear? You think I'm gonna catch dinner?
No.
These right here, night crawlers, I've had them since Lake Somerville. I think this is the third worm that I've used, and nothing. I got about 9 more worms to go. That should last me the rest of the year.
Third time's a charm.
Yes, here we go, third time.
There you go.
This is it, right here. Perfect.
There you go.
This is it. Catching dinner right now. Here we go. Fourth time. Fourth time.
Fourth time is the charm.
Fourth time. That's it right there.
There you go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Cool. Perfect. All right.
There you go. Right.
I'm even hiding behind the tree so the fish doesn't see me.
See that there's a fisherman.
See, look. Here we go. Fish time. Dinner time. All right.
Oh,
Fifth time.
Fifth time for sure.
Fifth time. Yep. How do you not want this? How do you not want this lure? It's pretty, it's colorful, it looks like a little fish, it rattles.
It does.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Fifth time. This is it. Here we go. Ooh, perfect.
Oh, on the other side.
Hiding behind the tree. Fish can't see me. Here we go, right here. There it is. Boom, boom. Nope, not yet. That's like moss, same thing.
Okay.
Stuff is.
Well, I didn't know if it was the head of an alligator.
No, it's not. 6th time. That's it.
That's it.
Third time's the charm, twice.
Yeah.
There you go. Here we go. Look, right here.
Two.
Boom, boom, fish.
Oh.
Oh, no,
Nope,
not yet, not yet. 7th is my lucky number.
7.
Here we go.
Yes.
Right there. 7th is my lucky number. This is it. This is it. I'm hiding behind the tree. Hiding behind the tree.
He is hiding.
Hiding behind the tree. Here we go. Come on. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Oh, almost caught a stick. Go 8th time.
8.
Number 8. All right. Hiding behind the tree. Here we go. Fish, see me? Nope, can't see me. All right, here we go. Fish. This is it. This is it. I can feel it. I can feel it. All right, here we go. 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. All right, perfect. See, that's the spot right there. I'm gonna let it.
I will only record. I'll give you 10.
This is it. I let it
After
sink.
number 10, I got things to do.
It went down to the bottom, so there's big ones down there. Big ones. I'm hiding. It's hiding. Here it is. Here it comes. Here it comes. Nope, not
Nothing.
yet. Okay, number 10.
Okay, final.
This is it.
Okay, here we
I'm
go.
declaring it. Whopper time.
Whopper.
Here we go. Hiding behind the tree. Let it sink. Oh, you know what? See, that's what it was.
Oh.
I had my hat on the wrong way. Now I look cool. Here we go. Come on. Come on.
Nada.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, one more. 11. Here we go. 11. That's it. See, I didn't have my hat on. It's just, I had to
I
turn.
get it.
Now, here we go. I decided to return to the Walnut Ridge unit on my own and tackle one of the trails. Mrs. Switchback had her fill of hiking. She was just kicking back at the campsite. I couldn't blame her, really. We are at the Island Trail. 0.75 miles. No problem. There's a lot of insects out here, some big, some small. When they get next to your ear, you can always sort of in your mind determine what's flying next to you. A mosquito, for example, a fly, a gnat. But something just back there was flying near my ear. The velocity and the volume of the wing flutter made me think that there was an eagle flying next to my ear. What I just heard flying next to my ear but didn't see, I'm fairly certain was a helicopter. I'm fairly certain was a Tasmanian devil with wings. Let me put it to you this way. If that would have been Mrs. Switchback, I probably never would have seen her again. At least not for the next few hours. I know I said before that getting a 2-pound steak while you're going on a camping trip is pretty ridiculous. So I did not do that this time around. I got a 2.5 pound steak. A smorgasbord of delightful beef. What do you think?
I think it looks amazing.
And you know what else is even better? This backdrop here. It's almost as beautiful as you.
No, thank you.
Utensils not allowed.
Thumbs up.
There are 89 state parks, natural areas, and historic sites in Texas. Martin Dies Jr. State Park is one of them. This one made me fall in love with nature all over again. Maybe it's the ecological aspect or the mysteriousness, the lush greenery or the haunting beauty that's a tiny bit creepy but in a very, very cool way. I don't know which, but this is my new favorite state park. This place just got me. I was actually sad to leave. I figured 5 days was enough to be satisfied before heading over to the next park. I was wrong. I could have stayed here for a month. I appreciate you watching our Martin Dies Jr. State Park video. I love this place. I will be coming back here. We will be leaving tomorrow morning bright and early, headed to Stephen F. Austin State Park for 3 nights. This place is beautiful, It is everything I imagined it would be. In fact, when I bought this travel trailer, this is the type of scenario that I had in mind. So, I appreciate all of you watching. If you like my videos, hit the little like, thumbs up button. If you want to be notified of my upcoming videos, hit the notification bell button. And again, I appreciate you watching. And until next time, Switchback Texan is out.